All right, so we are going to be working with dividing, words that involve dividing. So how can we rephrase words or a division problem using words? So just a reminder about division. These two expressions are very similar. These two expressions are similar. The product is going to be the same as the dividend, and then the divisor and the quotient are going to be the factors. So the number of groups, number in each group, and number in all. So this first one can be thought of as the number in all, and then the number divided by number of groups, and then that's how you figure out how many are in each group. We can also think about that as number in all, and we could say number of groups. Instead of number of groups here, we could say number in each group would equal number of groups. So like this. So our total amount divided by the number of groups will give us the amount in each group, or the total amount divided by the amount in each group will equal the number of groups. Sometimes it makes more sense to do it one way over another way. For example, if I were teaching in a classroom and I needed to make 5 different groups, and I knew I had a certain amount of students in my class, say 30, then my 30 is always going to go over here, okay? But I know I need 5 groups, so I'm going to divide 30 by 5 to figure out how many are in each group. But let's say I had my 30 students, but I needed 5 students in each group. Then I would be dividing by 5 to figure out the number of groups I would need. And sometimes that context can help us better understand a problem, especially when we start using fractions and decimals. So we have this first problem. We have 12 divided by 3. We want to rewrite this with words in a way that we can explain both the total divided by groups is equal to the number in each group and the total divided by the number in each group. So I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, well, we know that there is a total of 12, okay? We know there's a total of 12 over here, okay? And then we also know that there is 3, we're dividing by 3, and in this situation, we're dividing by 3 groups. So that's going to help us figure out how many are in each group. But then we can also figure out if there are 12 in total, and we need 3 in each group, we could figure out how many groups there are. Right. So now if we do this, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here and see if you can figure out how I'm going to fill in these 4 blanks. I'm going to give you some hints here if you're a little stuck. Hopefully these hints help you a little bit. Oops. Oh, that was really bad. So we had 24 to start with. Okay, just like it says over here, 24. Okay, and then we said that there are 6 groups because there's 6 here. But then we could also say, well, there's 24 groups, and we want 6 in each group. So we want 6 in each group. So then we're trying to figure out how many groups there would be. All right, last one. Go ahead and pause the video again and see if you can figure this one out. So it should be 120 in total. And it would be divided by 10 groups. Oh, sorry. And then 120 in total divided by 10 people in each group. So those would be your 2 different ways of thinking about this problem. Okay. So remember, there's just 2 ways to think about it. The total number divided by how many are in each group, or you can think about it as the total number divided by groups.